Hello there, and welcome back to Vintage Story. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I have to run out and do a 14k in a few minutes. So before I do that, let's do a quick Cooking with ArcWolf segment. Because when I get back, I'm going to be dead tired. And I'll need quite a bit of energy before I start recording again. So, we're doing the soft dough, which I made a few days ago when I was making the pumpkin bread, along with the honey gelatin, the excess I made, and we're doing pink apples in muffin dough. So we're making apple muffins. Sounds really good. We're going to bake these just like we did with the pumpkin bread. And once we cook up the muffins, which is going to take a minute, we're going to try combine them just like last time with the peanut butter sauce. Or just peanut butter, not peanut butter sauce. Because that seemed like a pretty good combination. I could use any of these syrups. Pineapple syrup, honey. You know what? I might try a little bit of honey. I wonder if it's going to have this, if the combination is going to be the same as with the bread. With the pumpkin bread. So we will place those down and we'll figure that out in a minute. Could also do syrups. That's fish oil. We don't want to put fish oil on fruit muffins. We could do syrup. I imagine it's going to, yeah. You know, we'll do one of each. Just like with the pumpkin bread. I imagine peanut butter is going to be the best option. But here, at least we'll figure out which one is the best to go with. Alright. Do these rise? I'm not noticing them rising like the bread does. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. Yep, okay, the muffins rise as they cook. So once they're done, we'll come right back and we will try out the different combinations. Yeah, it's kind of silly, but imagine if you needed oven mitts to pull stuff out of these ovens here. Alright, so we toss those muffins in. Let's start with the blueberry syrup. Now we can put that there. Let's grab honey next. And go with the peanut butter last. Again, I imagine peanut butter is going to be the best of the options. So let's see. Syrup covered muffins. This is with the blueberry syrup. We get 800 fruit, 140 plus 210. So that's 350 grain. 60 vegetables, 200 protein, 15 dairy, and it heals for 5.5 HP. The honey variant is 720 fruit, 350 grain, 60 veggies, 20 protein, 15 dairy, and 4.5 HP. So blueberries better so far. And then the peanut butter one, 6 HP, 710 fruit, 350 grain, 105 veggie, 450 protein, and 15 dairy. So again, it's definitely a case where the peanut butter is the best option. Or at least it gives you the most of everything. To me, that's the best option. So there we go. Now we've got some nice muffins. And let's just put everything back away in our nice storage. And that is a very short Cooking with ArcWolf. Next, we're going to go make some armor. I have to finish getting all the resources first, though. So, it's going to be a little bit. See you then. And I'm back from my 14-kilometer run. That was something. Almost 70% humidity, and between the heat index and the humidity, it was 104 degrees outside. Which is 40 degrees Celsius. So, I'm tired. I have to go mine a whole lot of copper. I was doing some math on a spreadsheet. First off, I need 209 ingots of copper to make all the copper armor. And then when you consider I need to make tin bronze, black bronze, and bismuth bronze, that's probably another 500 on top of that. So I need somewhere in the area of 700 ingots of copper. We're going to be very busy. And I'm going to be mining what's going to feel like forever. So I'm going to go do that now and maybe not go insane and be one-shotted by double-headed drifters like last time. One can hope. I think I'm going to go... Actually, I think I'm going to sit back down. Okay, I think I'm going to fall out of my airship. Go grab some lumber so I can build myself a little log cabin where the copper mine is, so I can go hide when my sanity gets too low. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. I'll also be able to put a fireplace in there, so if I need to warm up, I've got, well, fire. Alright, I'll bring it back in a bit when I'm not going insane. Let's face it, I'm always insane. I'll see you in a bit. And I'm actually just making up another meal before we run out. We're making a salad. Cabbage, parsnips, dried currants, sunflower seeds, sausage once it's done baking, and cheese. And looks like I'll cut the wax off. Alright, there we go. We cut the cheese into 4 chunks. We can toss those in here. And once these are hot enough, this is taking forever. There we go. Toss these in also. Stir it up, and this will give us a salad, which we can take with us. And the benefit of this, aside from, that hits like every food group very well, is we can, after we eat everything from the salad, we can use it to cook more food. So let's grab that also. And I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna go collect 1 or 2 things out to the west, and then we're gonna head back north to where we died last time to collect more copper. And we're gonna play around with these blasting bombs too, because that sounds fun. I mentioned doing math to figure out how much of what I need, and I just double checked my numbers, made sure I did the math right. I need 711 ingots of copper. I have enough raw copper right now to make 67 ingots. And then I have 16 ingots already made and 4 lamellae. So yeah, I'm going to have to pretty much completely empty out this area of copper. And that's still probably not going to be anywhere close to enough, but at least it'll get us started. Now, casting all of it is going to take forever. I can only cast 8 at a time. So, I think when we get back, I'm going to fire up an additional, I don't know, 20, 22 ingot molds. Just so I can make all the ingots just that much faster. Because otherwise, doing 8 at a time, this series is going to take another 100 episodes. Which, by the way, we're on episode 50. I didn't realize that until I was making the folder for this episode. So, that's awesome. In 2 weeks, we'll have played Vintage Story for 1 full year. That's kind of crazy. Anyway, we are almost back to our site. I have a bunch of resources here. I'm going to build a little log cabin. Oh, I didn't bring a... That's fine. I was going to say I didn't bring a bed, but we don't need a bed. We can set up... I've got a door. We've got a torch holder, so we have a torch and light source permanently. Going to set up a fireplace, so we can either heat the room while it's cold out, or cook more food. I would have to go forage for it, but that's not that big of an issue. And then we just have a nice little place to hide when my sanity gets too low. Because we don't need what happened last time happening again. I was gonna say I'm half tempted to make a bed, but that would have literally no purpose since your beds don't set spawn. Only temporal gears do, and I didn't bring any with me. So yeah, no point in that. Alright, I'm just gonna build a little log cabin, and it's gonna be a portable log cabin. Whenever I go out to a new location, I'll bring everything I need to build it, and we will have a new log cabin. So we found a quartz deposit, and according to my prospector's pick, there is native gold in here. Somewhere. There's quartz there, and then there's quite a bit of it over here. So there's native gold around here. Somewhere. There's also unfriendly friends around here too that I have to contend with. I want to play with not you guys. As I was saying, I want to play with these ore blasting bombs. So in order to make more, we need 2 sheets of linen, 2 flax twine, and 4 blasting powder, and that gives you 8. So now we have 17 of these things. I'll place 1 there. I'm going to grab a torch. Going to run away. Okay, that wasn't as big as I thought it might have been. But that did a excellent job at... Whoa! Listen, you guys are not welcome around here. I don't care if this is where you... Oh, look, they're coming out of the woodwork. I feel like I'm going to be fighting them all day. Probably will be. Anyway, that's quite effective. So I'm going to be placing some of these around, trying to clean up a lot of quartz. I don't need any of the peridite, but if we can find silver by doing this, that would be very useful. Not silver, gold. There's gold over here. That'd be very useful. Since we need at least 21 ingots of gold to make all the black bronze I want, I'm gonna need to run back to my cabin to eat. And then come back down here. I'm also gonna make just a whole bunch more torches so I can light up down here, so I don't have to worry about being bothered all the time. But hey, that's how ore blasting bombs work. They're pretty cool. They're pretty efficient. Now I just need to be able to make more of them. So I need to find... Alright, well, you can go back down there. I'm going up here. I'm going to need to find sulfur. I haven't found any sulfur yet, and you need sulfur to make the blasting bombs. Where's my hut? Down that way. Oh, I should mark this. I'm getting distracted. I forgot what I was saying. I need to find sulfur so I can make the blasting powder. Because the other thing the blasting powder needs is, I think... You know what? Let's just check once we get into my little cabin. See, nice little cabin. Blasting powder. We need black coal. Okay, we need black coal. It doesn't... I don't see charcoal as an option. We need sulfur and we need saltpeter. We've been collecting saltpeter. It's in my vehicle. Yeah, we've been collecting saltpeter. Just mining down with all the copper is. And we've been... we can get black coal. Just needs to look around for it a little bit. I haven't found any supply of sulfur yet. So that's going to be something we're going to need to find before we can make more. But 16 should be enough to do us for a little while. Like I said, I'm going to make a bunch more torches so I can light up down there so I don't get bothered while I'm working. And yeah, we have this nice little cabin. I completely forgot about that section of the cabin, so I had to go chop down an extra tree. Anyway, yeah, this has gone pretty well. I've been scammed. There was a total of 2 chunks of gold in this deposit. Prospecting around, I'm getting no more gold hits. Yeah. Well, we have plenty of quartz for glass, which I don't need right now. So, you know, that's going for us. Oh, well, I'm going to clean up all these torches so I can take them with me and light up the copper mine. I also built some temporary walls, so I wasn't going to be bothered. I'm just going to leave them. There's no point tearing them down. They're just dirt. But we're going to go back and continue working on the copper now. Now that I've had a little bit of fun with these things. You'll never guess what spawned in the ruin I found last time we were over here. Sheesh. Talk about making a racket. And now I have to deal with all the drifters that thing just spawned. Because yeah, those things, the bells, they cause drifters to spawn. Alright, well, let's clear out this area and let's eat before I start taking hunger damage. Oh, we got a tuning cylinder from that too. The peaceful village, yes, that's definitely the sound effects we just had. Metal scrap, metal parts, Jonas assembly. That's nice. Okay, well, over here appears to be fairly clear. I'm going to do a little trick over here to make sure nothing else can get up here. All blocks will be... It's 2 blocks high. So yeah, there's no way for any creatures to climb up here. Or, well, the only thing to really worry about is drifters. There's no way for them to get up here. So up there is clear. Now we gotta go down here into the area where I was mining, which will probably have drifters in it now. I hear a lot of them. Well, okay then. This should be interesting. You'll never guess what happened. Yep. Alright, well, it's daytime, so best time to run back is now. I shouldn't have to worry about... that spear is almost broken. Shouldn't have to worry about anything in the cave since they should all despawn. So long as another bell doesn't spawn. Okay, when we get over there, I'm going to use one of the temporal gears that I picked up from a drifter, and I'll set our spawn over there. And don't worry, that wolf is stuck in a hole. He's been there for months, and he is never coming out. Well, I'm never letting him out. He's a holy wolf. And we're back. Oh, well, at least everyone despawned on me, so I don't have to worry about it. For now. So I turn a corner and there's another bell. And then another drifter. And then a couple hundred more drifters. Okay, so. Let's get back to doing this. So when I got here, I had enough copper to make 78 ingots. I now have enough to make 137 ingots. So an improvement, but not a huge improvement. We will be coming back. There's still plenty of copper down there. But I am out of blasting charges, and I was having fun with the blasting charges. So we're going to go look for sulfur. Sulfur does not spawn in granite. And my whole area over here is granite, so I need to go look for conglomerate, chalk, chert, shale, that sort of stuff, and look for sulfur deposits there. And once we find that, we can make more blasting charges and come back and continue mining. I was also looking through here. We actually have a very nice cephalerite vein right there. We need cephalerite for bismuth bronze. And we have a decent bismuth hit here, which means there might be better bismuth down here. That might not solve the bismuth and zinc issue, but at least it's a good place to start. We have nowhere near enough copper for what we need. This is going to take a very long time to get all the ingots together. I have not made myself an easy task in doing this, but we know how much, well, I know how much copper, tin, black bronze, and bismuth bronze I'm going to need. I have a good idea of how much iron, how much meteoric iron, and how much steel I'm going to need. Mind you, I do have one set of steel chainmail, so I can remove 40 ingots off of the list. So 40 less steel than I would need. Wolf is chasing a rabbit through the water there. Probably not going to go too well for the wolf. They don't swim too well. You know what? While I'm up here, I might as well prospect the area, look for more bismuth. The armory is going to take a very long time. But we can at least start making some progress. Like I said, I'm going to go back. After I check for some bismuth here, we're going to head back. And then we need to make another... What was I thinking? Another 22 ingot molds so that I can try to make... Well, so I can make 30 ingots at a time. This is a good place to land. Provided that's not a hole I'm next to. No, it's not a hole. Alright. Decent cinnabar, poor pendiatite. That's... I have no idea when I click that, it takes me out of the game and opens up a picture. Anyway, that's poor bismuthinite, so the bismuthinite might be either this way or that way. I'm bismuthinite and decent cephalerite, so we're gonna need to dig in this area in the future. Good to know. I'd say we didn't start the fire, but we absolutely did. Thankfully, it will eventually go out. For reference, a almost full crucible will only give you 25 full ingots. You can fit a little more than 25 full ingots. You'll fit like 25.6. But then, what are you gonna do with the extra 6/10 of an ingot? 25 full ingots. I have no idea how long this is gonna take. The molds are all done, but as I just pointed out, we can only do 25 molds at a time. So yeah, we didn't need to make 22 new ingot molds because we can't make 30 ingots at once with just one crucible. If I wanted to make a second or a third crucible, well then sure we could. That wasn't what I was aiming for. But there we go. Those, plus all those. And that should help us speed up the process, hopefully. Although on the plus side, I can do 32 ingots at a time, which means I can do the 25 here, pour them out, and then load up another 7? Yep, 7. And then pour those out. So, I mean, we can do 2 batches. That's 3, that's 6. I need 1 more of these. There you go. That's another 7 ingots worth of copper. So as soon as this crucible's done, pull it off, pour it out, put in the other 7, and then we'll have 32 going in addition to the 18 I've got there, plus the 4 lamellae here. Like I said, we need 209 just for the copper armor. Never mind the bronze armors, which I still need to go collect all the resources for. We got a good amount of tin bronze though already. We do have a decent amount of tin. We have almost no black bronze. Got what is that, 8 ingots? No bismuth bronze. We have absolutely no bismuthinite. currently, or zinc. So this is going to take me quite a while. Oh, but something I just learned, I never realized it because I always made sure I was in a structure when it happened. If you are cold, taking damage from being freezing, standing next to an open flame. So I was standing next to the charcoal pit, the pit kilns, or walking over and standing next to this fire pit. If you're like within a block of it, it will warm you up. And I imagine the forge will do that too. So if you're cold, you don't necessarily need to get into a shelter. Standing next to or sitting next to a fire will warm you up. But I think I'm going to call it an end here for today. We've got a lot of work to do, and it's not exactly entertaining just to watch me pour out ingot molds for hours on end. So, yep, I'm going to call it an end here. I'm going to go hopefully find some sulfur. I'm going to go fly around, look for different rock types, hopefully find sulfur so we can make more of the ore blasters and make the mining just a little bit easier or a little less. I can't think of the right word. I was going to say grindy. It is kind of grindy. Make it more entertaining. Until then, thank you for joining me today. I hope you've had a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Later.